You had questions. Fox 12 investigators went looking for answers. We're continuing in our series answering your questions about COVID-19 and the issues around the pandemic.
And Fox 12's Simon Gutierrez joins us live from Northeast Portland tonight with a question about the continuing protests and the potential health impacts. Simon?
Yeah, we've had quite a few concerns through email about the ongoing protests and the people there behaving in certain ways, not practicing social distancing, not wearing masks, and what impact that might have. So we went to a public health expert, asked her to weigh in.
Jeremiah asks, if thousands of people are out protesting arm in arm, some wearing masks, some not, why can't we just open everything back up and go back to normal?
Well, public health has been messaging that large gatherings are potentially a problem for people in COVID. But we know that the importance of these protests are also a public health issue. So what we're recommending is if people gather in large gatherings, in vigils or protests, that they follow all the recommendations that we have in place. Wear a mask, use hand sanitizer, stay home if you're sick, and seek testing if you're sick.
Based on what you've seen in terms of how people behave during these demonstrations, do you see some risk there, some risky behavior?
I think the media has shown that some people, as you noted, are wearing masks, some are not. Risky behavior right now in public gatherings where you can't stay physically distancing would be things like not wearing a face covering. So definitely, we are urging everyone to follow the guidelines if they're in a large gathering.
Do you expect to see any kind of a spike in cases due to these protests?
Public health will be watching carefully our case counts for any kind of gathering.
Have you seen an increase yet in either case counts or hospitalizations?
Washington County has not been seeing an increase in our case counts in the current period. We do anticipate, just like every other county in phase 1 and those going to phase 2, that case counts will go up.
Now, Simon, today we're also hearing there are potentially some COVID-19 cases tied to people who attended the protests. What can you tell us about what you've heard with that?
Yeah, and that's what we heard from Multnomah County today, that they were looking into that. They mentioned that there were fewer than 5 of those cases, although they didn't really get into the exact numbers there. Again, though, no public health authorities so far have asked people not to protest. They have so far respected their rights to do that. They're just asking that people take the appropriate precautions, keep distance if you can. If you can't, wear a mask to cover your face so that you're protecting others in case you are infected. We do have one more question to get to tonight, coming up at 6. What's going on with the DMV?